especially if your skin, like mine, seems to be going through a rebellious phase and doesn't know what it wants. And I know I can do it. It's just a matter of getting myself to really sit down and spend some time with it and let myself get back into that story. Good morning, gentle viewer. Thank you for joining me on another Makeup and Manuscript Monday, where I get ready for the day and talk about what's going on in my writer life. Now, since it's the beginning of April and the beginning of Camp NaNoWriMo, I thought I'd do the Camp NaNoWriMo 2018 tag. I found this through bytheBrooke's channel, and the original tag is on Bascom's channel, and I'll link both of those in the description. So let's get started. I've already applied my moisturizers, and it's the Clinique All About Eyes Eye Moisturizer and the Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum in Fragrance Free. I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint, and this is a tinted moisturizer. And this is in the shade 10 or Classic Ivory. It's very lightweight and moisturizing without being too heavy. My skin has just been so dry lately, so I'm really on the hunt for some products that are more moisturizing as far as makeup goes. I'm just gonna dab this on my cheeks and then blend it in with my beauty blender. Now, the fun part about doing tags is trying to read tiny font on my phone without my glasses. Question number 1, what are you working on for this year's Camp NaNoWriMo? And I didn't really answer this question for myself until a couple of days ago because I was kind of working on an outline for a new manuscript that I haven't rough drafted yet. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to get into the rough draft of that. But instead, what I'm going to do is work on the rewrites and revisions for 2017's NaNoWriMo project, which is great because I'm really hoping to have that done by summertime. And I know I can do it. It's just a matter of getting myself to really sit down and spend some time with it and let myself get back into that story. Now that I've applied that tinted moisturizer, I'm going to now apply my Revlon eye primer and my Maybelline concealer in a few places. And question number 2 is, how many Camp NaNoWriMos have you participated in? I remember before there was Camp NaNoWriMo, and there used to be, what do you call it? It was like a spin-off of NaNoWriMo that happened in April called Script Frenzy. Leave me a comment down below if any of you also remember Script Frenzy, and that went away eventually, and now there's 2 Camp NaNoWriMos a year in April and July. But I can remember when Camp NaNoWriMo, the cabins, instead of it being like a chat room the way it is now, you used to type inside these teeny tiny text boxes. Your text box was in a small box and everyone else's went around in a circle or something like that. So I guess the answer to the question is quite a few. Yeah, I was pretty resistant to using beauty blenders at first, but now that I've gotten kind of more comfortable with them, I can see how versatile they are. Especially if your skin, like mine, seems to be going through a rebellious phase and doesn't know what it wants. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my contouring powder. This is the Benefit Hoola Light. Super lightweight, very subtle, and smells kind of good. Okay, the next question is, how will you be tracking your progress? I debated this for a while before I settled on an answer. Because when I'm in those first few rough drafts, I've noticed that word count doesn't always work best for me. I tend to be an underwriter, so I write short and then go back in and add details later. So for this Camp NaNoWriMo, what I'm going to do is track by minutes. It'll be really easy to track whenever I do word sprints, because word sprints tend to last 10, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes more. And if I just track a bunch of the word sprints that I'm doing, it'll be really easy to then calculate, well, what's my total for the morning or the day, etc. Next is a little bit of highlighter. This is the L'Oreal True Match Powder Glow Illuminator Blush and Highlight. Question number 4 is, what's in your bag What are your writing must-haves? I think the number one thing for me is to have my laptop with my software on there, and if I can have a notebook and pen on the side of that, then I'm good to go. Some bonus items I'd include would be warm coffee drink is always nice. Time to start work on the Rebellious 2, aka my eyebrows. This is the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in dark brown. Question number 5 is, what kind of cabin are you in? How did you choose your cabin? And if you don't have a cabin, why not? I've toyed with different types of cabins over the years. So this year I'm doing it by genre and age. Now something I picked up recently are these little plastic mascara wands, and it came in a pack with all different sizes. So I'm actually going to use this on my eyebrows today. So I was looking at my eyebrow spoolie and it's really gross. The nice thing about these is since they're plastic, they're really easy to rinse off. Brows are done, gonna get started on the eyes next. I have so many different types and brands of eye brushes at this point because I wasn't sure what size and what type of brush would work best for me. Sometimes these cheaper ones, they're actually labeled. So this one says Precise Shader, and this is a super cheap brush I found online, but I need them to be labeled because I'm not a beauty expert, and just looking at a brush, I can't tell what it's for or how I should be using it. I've been using this blending tool. It's by Eco Tools and it says Precision Blending. It's about the size and like density of a pencil eraser. That's what it feels like. And I like it because it's smaller and dense and it's really easy to get in there onto my eyelids. And what I should do is gather all of my favorite brushes and take them down to Sephora or Ulta or something like that and get them to help me pick out these same brushes but all in one line so that they match. And labeled, they need to be labeled. And I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in waterproof. And I like how full and dense and short these bristles are. My lashes are very sparse, so this makes it easy to grab onto the 2 eyelashes that I have. And just to work out any clumps, I'm going to use another one of those disposable mascara wands that I got in that package. This one has a slight curl in it. This is the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Satin Lipstick in Touch of Nude. The final question on the tag, Camp NaNoWriMo versus NaNoWriMo. What do you do differently? Which do you prefer? Funny you should ask. For those of you who haven't read it yet, I've written a guest piece for the official NaNoWriMo blog about the 3 reasons that I love camp even more than I love regular NaNoWriMo. I'll put a link in the description. If you do go and read that article, please come back here and tell me what you thought. A big thanks to Haley and to Brooke. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you lots of luck in your Camp NaNoWriMo projects, and I hope your week is full of creativity and positivity. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!